As I've been coaching teachers recently in the last 6 to 9 months, a question that comes up a lot is about digital writer's notebooks and what could these even look like, especially for that 5-year-old who's just drawing pictures, or that first grader who's starting to add labels to their drawings, or they're transitioning from lists to sentences. What could these digital writer's notebooks even look like? Well, we're excited to share with you a project that we've been working on using the notebook templates from the Launching Writers Workshop book, the K2 book. And we've taken those templates for the different developmental stages and we put them into a program called Google Jamboard. So if you look on the screen, we've made this template for you that you can use. So this is the front cover of the writer's notebook. And if you click on the arrows, you will see the different pages. So this is the table of contents with all the different sections of the notebook. If you keep clicking over, you'll see writing in with pictures, and you'll have a big square there where they can draw in the square using the toolbar along the side, the left-hand side. There's a pen. You can use the pen, or you can switch over to a marker or a paintbrush and different colors, and they can draw right in the box, okay? So if you keep clicking over, you will see a couple of those, and now it's a 4 squares where they can start to draw what happens at the beginning and the middle of the story and at the end, or for the steps of a how-to drawing. It's a great template for that. If you keep clicking over, you'll see the labeling section. So now they can go back to their original pictures and they can start to add labels using the sticky note feature of Jamboard, where they can click on the sticky note, they can change the color of the sticky note, and they can start to type in the letters for the sounds that they hear, and then drag the sticky note over to that area of their drawing and actually label their drawings that way. There's also a text box feature where they can add in text. There's images where you can upload images. So later in the templates, you'll see some, a place where you could add in an image, maybe a picture of something, and then they could make a list of what they see in the picture as a list writing strategy, and using the text box feature. So there's lots of different templates in here. It goes through different types of lists, and then it goes on to sentence writing. And so when you pull this link up, you will not have the toolbar along the side because it will be in view only mode. Okay, so save the link always, and always go back to the link and then make a copy of it to make a new notebook. And you make a copy of it by going up to these 3 dots over here where it says more actions, and you go down to make a copy. So then you could label it whatever you want, title it whatever you want, hit OK. And then on the copy, now you'll have the toolbar along the side and you can adjust things to make it fit your students. Okay, we wanted to show you an example of this. So this is Lola's writer's notebook. So after we made a copy of it, then we had the toolbar along the side. We added in her name using the text box feature, and you can change the font and colors. And then if you click the next frame, you'll see some examples. So on the first one, she made a self-portrait, and she used the paintbrush feature and drew herself in the self-portrait. If you keep clicking over, you'll see then she drew her dog Des, things that she knows a lot about. So she drew her golden doodle using the pen tool and added in a dog bone and a bowl and a red collar. And if you keep clicking over, you'll see she knows a lot about basketball. She comes from a basketball family, so she drew herself shooting baskets and her number 7 on her jersey, okay? And if you keep clicking over, now you'll see the 4 squares. So she did how to build a snowman and the steps to building a snowman in each of those squares using the pen tool. So then if you keep clicking over, now we start to add labels. Once they have some letters and sounds, they can use that sticky note feature and start to add labels like hair and eyes and nose and mouth. So if you just click over, you can use this with your students to show them examples of how it could look. You could always just go right back to those original drawings. Once they're ready for labels, and just add sticky notes right to those original drawings, okay? And so, but we just wanted to show you what some of these could look like. Okay, there's list writing. We added an image of a girl on a sled, and then she used the text box feature to add words in that she saw in the picture, the sensory lists and the category lists. So we just wanted to show you what it could look like. Okay, so you have to make a copy of it first, and then you say, okay, how can I share this with my students? Well, you can share it by going over to this blue button right here, where once you have the notebook like you want it and you're ready to share it, you can go to the blue button, share button, okay? And then you can grab the link. Okay, so you can, you would probably change it to anyone with the link can view, okay? And then you can copy the link. I'm copying the link. And then if you have Google Classroom, where you go in to make an assignment, you can add the link in this way. So if I add the link and paste it, add link, and then you can make it so instead of students can view file, make a copy for each student. Now, when they click on it, they all will get their own copy. They can add their name to the front of the journal. Everyone will have their own copy that way. Or another way that you can share it with your students, if you don't have Google Classroom, is to go up to this URL at the top and see where it has the first backslash and it says viewer. If you click on that and go all the way to the backslash and type in the word copy instead of viewer there, and then copy and paste that URL, you can put it right into Canvas or Seesaw or email. Then it will do the same thing. When they click on that link, it will force them to make a copy of it. And then it'll be their own copy. And then they can, add their name to the front cover and all of that. Now, you might also be thinking, well, this is a great notebook, but I'm a kindergarten teacher and we're not ready for lists and all those things. I need more of the drawing pages. Well, if you go up here to the top where it says expand the frame on your copy, don't do it on the original, you won't be able to do it on the original, but on your copy, then this is how you can look at all the pages, and you can delete pages that you don't need right now. So maybe you don't need the list writing. You can go to these three dots and you can go through and delete the pages that you don't need, and you can add more pages of the ones that you do need. So maybe you need more of the picture, the boxes where they're drawing pictures. You can go up to those three dots and you can hit duplicate, and it will duplicate. And so you can add in more of the ones you want and need right now and delete the ones that you don't need. There's a 20-page limit. So you delete the ones that you don't think you'll need right now and add more of the ones that you do for now. And then you can always go back to that original link and make a brand new notebook when they're ready for, list writing or sentence writing. So we're excited to share this with you, and hopefully it gives you some ideas. We're going to include the example template and then the original template along with this video. And hopefully this helps you with digital writers notebooks.